What's up guys, Fusebox here, and I am off call. I'm so ready to get into my game. There's so much to talk about. We are going to go over Brogni today and look at what he can do, especially if you're still progressing or even still just progressing through Doom Tower, whatever. He's amazing everywhere you go. So many ways you can build him, but really I think there's one way that's going to be easiest and probably best and most effective. But we've got to talk about some of the new stuff coming. They announced they're going to be buffing a lot of Void champions, and they put my girl Vizix right up front and center. She's already better than people give her credit for. I did a video just this week on her. But they're going to buff her A1 to an 80% chance to do 15% turn meter. Officially, her A1 will do as much turn meter reduction as Armiger, but it's so much better because she's Void and there are no criteria as in 100% crit. So absolutely going to make her 100%, but that's not all. Even better, she's going to place provoke on the entire team. Can't beat that. And they're switching, I believe, her shield into an ally protection. It's going to make her a nightmare. She'll actually be good in arena as well. She's going to be, I already thought, a great champ. Now she's going to be absolutely top. She's going to be an amazing champ. I don't hold my tongue a little bit there. She's great. She really is. And she's going to be better. I love that they're buffing her, though. Even though I thought she was good to begin with, it seems like the exact buffs that I would have asked for. AoE provoke instead of a single target. That little shield, no big deal, because you'll probably be bringing a shielder if you want a shield anyway, or a shield set, thinking of arena, or even in Doom Tower. She's going to be great. And they're even talking about Solus. I put a guide out probably back before I knew how to make a video, but it's out there if you want to check it out, because I found out that they did not get this guy right. His A2 says that he attacks 3 times at random with a chance of removing a buff and places provoke if a buff is removed. This flat out is wrong. He just places provoke. All 3 random hits place provoke, which makes it better because he also has a provoke on the entire team also. He hits like a truck, and his biggest problem, my only complaint, was really his speed. Well, they're buffing that. Look how slow his base speed's 87. Well, it's going to 97. Pretty reasonable for a real tanky guy, but they're going to buff him. They're going to buff so many others. All excellent news. Let's get to today's big show, Brogni. If you worked your way through this whole mess, you got yourself a real prize. Like, this guy is for real. Now, it looks like he fell into a vat of mystery shards, so he could have uncommons popping out of his head any minute here, but dude is awesome. Alright, so here's the catch. Brogni can do it all. He can hit very hard. It's 100% true. He can hit very hard. He's a support champ. Let's cross that bridge in just a minute. He can hit very hard. If you were able to build him in Mountain King type gear, tons of HP, hit that 100,000 threshold and still get like 3,000 attack, 4,000 attack. If you could just give it to him all, his accuracy, but that's the problem. He's stat hungry, and I'm talking about in-game, scary, stat hungry. He wants unreasonably high HP, unreasonably high attack to do that damage, which also means you have to have 100% crit rate, crazy crit damage. If you want his whole kit to work, you're going to need 260 with stage 25 coming on accuracy. You're going to want resist if you're taking him into the Doom Tower. You're going to want literally every single stat on here. By the way, he's got to be fast. He's a support champ. So what do we do? Well, alright. I'm going to ease your mind. I built him in a very centric value gear at first. I put him in some interesting attack, the divine attack gear that actually gives you a shield for your plus 15% attack, but I did it all with HP, main stats, percentage, and I had him built pretty well, kind of like Mountain King, and he definitely was performing well, but in the end the sweet spot is doing what he does best, being a support champ. Honest to goodness, you can throw this guy in super high HP and ignore his accuracy, and he probably needs to be faster, but I've got interesting champs. If you don't, you'll probably have to put speed boots on him. I've got Lysandra, I've got champs that can keep him rolling, I've got Batman, I've got Arbiter, so many people who can keep him rolling. So let's look at his skills and let's talk about why I came to this decision. A1, hits an enemy, has a chance of putting HP burn. You know, that's okay A1. HP burn is a solid move, but on an A1, when everything else in his kit is more important to me, then you're just looking at an HP burn on an A1. Not even 100% chance. It's still a good move, don't get me wrong. But this requires accuracy. Okay, A1's okay, it requires accuracy. A2. The first part attacks all enemies with 100% chance if booked. The guy needs to be booked out. I can't wait to get books into him. The only thing you don't have to worry about is booking his A1, to be honest, and look where my only book landed, right on his A1, because you know how it is. That's just the way they roll. So back to the A2. Part 1. 100% chance of removing a random buff from all enemies. Absolutely great. There's no doubt about it. He can take Unkillable off. That's really cool. That part requires accuracy. But let's look at part 2 and think of it separately. 100% chance of removing a debuff from all allies, a random cleanse from all your allies, and increases the value of any shields by 30% of the damage inflicted. This is his move that hits like a truck. It hits hard. If there's a bunch of enemies, this is a huge buff to your shields. He can be the shielder, we'll get into that in a minute, or you can bring a shielder along and he can play back and forth with them. He's absolutely great either way. This part requires no accuracy. In fact, all this requires is that he hits, and hits decently hard. So, moving on to A3. We've got accuracy on an okay move, accuracy on a pretty decent move, and the second part of that needs no accuracy. And then this part, accuracy, we're done with it, alright? This is how I came to my conclusion. So, he places block debuffs, and that doesn't require accuracy. 50% increased attack on the entire team, no accuracy. Places a shield according to his max HP, 30% of his max HP on all allies. All of this, really, all you need is high HP to get a massive shield. Then his A2 can do damage and increase that shield's effectiveness by 30%. He also, and what's amazing about him is his shield, because this passive kind of shows how he works with his shielding. By the way, I missed the most important part. This shield buff cannot be removed. Period. Like, end of sentence, that is it. He puts the shield up, they've got to chew through it. There's no other way around it. This is so good. I mean, you can't strip it off of him. You can't steal it. You can't swap it out. You've got to eat through this shield. So his shield is uniquely impressive among everybody else's. So you want it to be strong. Alright, so whenever an ally's under this shield buff, any shield buff, by the way, it reflects 25% of the damage coming in back to the attacker. Awesome. Guaranteed reflecting 25% of all damage coming in. It also heals you behind the shield as you take that damage by 25% of that damage. This is actually ridiculous awesome. Like, this saves the day. He puts his shield back up, you're healing while you're being attacked and they're trying to chew through that shield. He also has a resist aura 60 in all Doom Tower battles. This is definitely a great aura to bring into Doom Tower also. So if we ditch accuracy because he wants so many stats, we just lose an HP burn and we lose removing a random buff. To me, the trade-off is absolutely worth it to get this guy over 100,000 HP so that you can put up a massive shield, increase that shield. He still does great damage, by the way. Whenever an ally is under a shield buff, they're going to heal, they're going to reflect damage. He's absolutely insane. Masteries are a bit of a trick. To be honest, you've got to decide where you want to use them the most. And what this guy is a carry. So I went down the War Master tree. I'll show you a few things that you may want to sub out from what I'm doing, at least think them through. I gave him more HP. I increased the value of his shields. Both of those are pretty obvious. Here I took Rapid Response. Whenever one of his buffs, he puts up block debuffs as well, which is amazing. So block debuffs goes up. When it wears off, I get more turn meter, helping me kind of in effect be faster. Lore of Steel, you saw it, we'll go over it in my gear. I took HP bonuses everywhere, so I want to get extra HP bonuses by Lore of Steel. Now here, I took Cycle of Magic. Mainly, I don't have books. I need him to come back to that shield or increasing the effectiveness of shields. So I took Cycle of Magic, but I definitely could see using Merciful Aid, where it increases the value of those shields by 15% if the target is under a stun, sleep, fear, true fear, or freeze. This is going to happen a lot in Doom Tower, Ice Golem, anywhere where you get these in the arena. This is definitely a really good go-to skill, but without books right now, you know, a poor boy's got to do what a poor boy's got to do. I'm taking Cycle of Magic. And Lasting Gifts, because that block debuffs is amazing. It comes with block debuffs, increased attack, it increases the effectiveness of shields. That move is insane. So over here I went straight down into War Master, and I had a couple extra points. I just took Kill Streak. He does hit pretty hard. If I'm going through regular content, it'll give him more damage as he goes. I did take Whirlwind of Death, same thing. If I do kill some enemies, he'll speed up, because I do need him to be faster than he is. And now let's go over that now. It's a lot to talk about. Brogni's got a lot going on, alright? So you can see, I put him in immortal sets all the way. I'm going to heal up every turn. I'm going to have 15%. Each one of these gives me 15% extra HP. Heals 3% for every turn. That's happening 3 times every single turn. Definitely, to me, pretty much the best way to go. You know, there are plenty of HP. You can put him in regular HP gear if that's what you got. But Immortal Set's going to give him everything he needs to stay alive, keep going. So here's what I did. Obviously, I'm looking for speed and HP percentage rolls on pretty much everything. Now, I didn't shy away from an attack roll on percentage every now and then. The attack does affect his actual damage. But he is a support champion first and foremost. If you're building him for all attack, you can still get shielding out of him, and he can increase someone else's shields. But if you're at that point in the game, then you probably don't need a support champion all that bad anyway. But if you got this guy and you're still progressing, he is a support champion and like best in slot. Like, he's amazing. So give him resistance is also a great idea, especially Doom Tower, Arena. HP rolls, speed rolls. I don't shy away from attack rolls. Speed, HP, it's all the same good stuff that I want. HP, speed, and resistance. I did put crit rate gloves on him. I did find some with at least some HP rolls under him, but I do want him to crit. I'm not like stressing over it, but his big damage does increase shielding based on his damage, and he does hit hard. So we'll look at that in a minute. So other than crit damage, it's HP, and I even went HP on the boots. Now, if you don't have gear to get you up over like 170 speed, then go speed boots. Look for speed boots with HP rolls. But I happen to find, well, let's see. We'll look at my total stats. I got over that magic 100,000 on HP. That's going to make sure that he lives for 1, and he puts up an amazing shield for 2. The attack's pretty low. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you got the gear to get like 2,000-3,000 attack with that? Hey, go for it. But you know how fun that's gonna be, especially when you're still looking for other stats. So I ignored accuracy. I went with I got 100. It just so happens, without trying too hard, I put some crit rate gloves on him. I got him to 80% crit and 100% damage on his crit damage. Not my main focus. I did get him all this HP with 173 speed. I've got lots of tricks up my sleeve to make my team move faster. But if you're struggling trying to hit that usable mark on speed, he's going to have speed boots. So just do the best you can. But this guy rocks. Let's just straight up throw him in some spots. We'll look at his damage. We'll look at what he does. I know I threw him in my team. I took out Valkyrie. I put him in as my main shoulder. So I've got a weak build, like not very defensive build on the Wendarian here. This is my regular team with Brogni filling the spot of Valkyrie. So let's just kind of, well, we don't have to slow this down. We're watching Brogni right here. Let's see what he does. He's going to be the slowest on my team. So there's his shield. Initially, that's a good shield, right? That's going to get you plenty of support from that. As we take hits, we're going to heal up. We're going to reflect damage back. Now, look at all that damage he just did. Look at the size of that shield now. Look at the Wendarian in the middle there. We're just covered up with shield. This is absolutely an amazing shield. And the whole idea is for me to live just long enough on this to get my HP burn going after the first heal and then I just wipe it. As far as this team, so he 100% can be your support champ. Now here is where, if we had the books, we'd be coming right back around to the shield already. Hopefully I've gotten a cycle of magic proc, and maybe we will get to it. We'll just have to see real quick. Didn't look like it. So this is where books are super important. If you really want to use them, you're going to want to put books into them. You can still use them, but you're going to want to put books into them as you go. So if he buys us enough time here, we're good to go. You see how he came back around to his A2 before his A3 putting the shield up? Doesn't make a lot of sense logically. The AI is just going to the first thing that came back. And in the end, you really want those books so that doesn't happen that way. You want him to put the shield up, then increase the shield. But it does not matter. It does not matter. We're still back to being shielded. Of course, I have Seal in here for anything that goes wrong. This could be faster, but we're showing Brogni holding up against the entire... He's my only real support. I do have some passive heals from Seal. That's it. Just absolutely an amazing champ. So if you've been looking for that support character to get you through spiders, he works a lot like Miscreated Monster, but he puts the shield up first, then he takes that hit and the damage increases that shield. It is a massive, amazing shield. No question about that. So we're pretty much done here. There's that big hit. You can see the damage he does. That's a lot of damage on that big hit. But I'm telling you, and with the exception of, yeah, I wouldn't even. He's really even good at the clan boss. I mean, you could put him in there with like a Valkyrie, and that'll give you the ability to make her shield even bigger. And then he'll put up his shield right before, say, the stun. So you're always under a shield while you're counterattacking. I think Stu, I haven't even got to watch it, but Stu had a video. It seemed to be saying that he can proc his War Master when he does that reflect damage on everybody with the shield up. And if that's true, then or was it War Master? It might have been Giant Slayer. Hey, that's a video that I need to go watch, and maybe you should too. But in the end, he is going to be amazing for the clan boss, and not necessarily the damage, but definitely for his protection. And working with another shielder, even better. So let's show that off real quick. Let's go into Dragon, and we're not even going to run this whole thing. What we want to see is let's take out some support, and let's just let Brogni and Valkyrie show us what they can do with their shielding. That's really all we're here to see. So we won't sit through the whole fight. Obviously it would win, I'm sure, but what we want to see, let's just speed everybody up a little bit. Do some A1, and we just want to get to alright, so Brogni, we're not going to put his shield up yet. We're going to go just A1 with him. We're going to put up this big shield from Valkyrie. Alright, so now there's that famous shield, and it is an amazing shield. It looks small on Brogni because he's got all that health power, but that's because he's over 100,000 HP. I guess we can go ahead and take their defense down here. Let's crack armor on these guys, and we'll show off Brogni's big hit. But here's what we're looking for. So we're not just watching the big damage. Watch the damage, but note their shield. Alright, come on. Counterattacks. You gotta love them, but they sure do cut into your time, right? They cut into your game time. Alright, here we go. A1 with her. Alright, so here we're going to take that big slam, and we're going to put up that big shield with the damage that we do. So look at everybody's HP over there. They're over there, that way. Here we go, big hit. Alright, now their shield gets 30% of all that damage against 5 people. So that's the kind of thing. If you come in here with a bunch of rares, he can keep you alive without any question. He can keep your whole team alive. And his affinity doesn't matter. The way I'm using him, affinity doesn't matter. I don't care if he lands an HP burn. I gave him 0 accuracy because I want him to shield and come back around to it. So all I'm missing are the books. Let's look at that real quick. The books to make him more consistent. Under his skills, again, A1 probably is least important, especially if you're building him the way I am. That debuff chance does not matter. If I ever get to everything else booked out, I'm done. So a cooldown here would be great, a 3-turn cooldown. I would like to get this 100% chance of cleansing my team every time he uses this. Don't forget, when you're on that dragon, those poisons, he's cleansing a layer of poisons off of everybody. He could cleanse the stun if it comes in at the right time on the clan boss. He could help you on the nether spider. He could do so many things for you. He's absolutely just ridiculously good. But now this one, you got to get these books in him. You've got to. So as soon as I saw how good he is, I went straight to, if I get a book, it's going into Brogni until I have at least these down. I mean, because look at this. A 3-turn cooldown on that shield. You saw the shield. And then this on a 3-turn cooldown as well. Shield goes up. Extend the shield. Take an A1. Put the shield back up. It's just going to be insane. So absolutely, if you got him, congratulations. You Doom Tower, Clan Boss, you can put him anywhere. Let's look at the arena, because this is one thing I'll say. The place that he probably is least likely to be loved would be offense in the arena. He's slow, right? He's made, now defense, he'd be great. The only way to really show that off is, I guess, find a nasty team. Somebody, you know, they've got damage. They got a little everything here. If they outspeed us, we're in trouble. But well, there we go. That's the setup I tried last night. This is like a defensive team, the kind of team that just makes you get sick of fighting against. So let's go in here, pretend we're defense. So we're gonna hit auto. We want 0 control over this. What's gonna happen? He's gonna put that shield up. We're gonna heal and reflect damage. We've got Seal of the Drakes. She can heal us passively. She can revive. We've got Arbiter speeding us up. Lysandra speeding us up, slowing them down. We might. This was a pretty weak looking team. We might actually beat them. But whether we win or lose, what we're going to do is last forever. We're going to drive people crazy. I mean, if you've ever been in that fight where even if you're low level in the arena, you've surely been up Apothecary versus Apothecary. They're the only 2 alive, and you just go at it for like 10 minutes back and forth, throwing little balls of magic at each other and healing up, and it never ends, and eventually you just leave, right? You just like, get out of here. Well, that's basically what this team's going to do. Even if they come in with a strong team, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually, they're going to get sick of fighting you after about 3 minutes. They're just going to leave. But absolutely, man. I don't even have him rolled all the way up. I'm hoping to hit more speed, or and I still need some more glyphs on him. You know, I want more speed on him, but you know, if I bring my Lysandra in, I can get him rolling. This guy's gonna keep me going. I do need books. I would say he's going to look so much stronger once you have this on a 3-turn cooldown. It's gonna be insane, and this guarantees that everything happens. And it cools it down to a 3-turn cooldown. So you're looking at, what do we got? 5 books here, 2 books here, 7 books. If they land in the right spot, 7 books is not bad on an absolutely account-changing legendary. Unfortunately, you may have to waste 5 books here, and I bet you money that's how it goes with me. I wouldn't mind getting. I don't really care if I book this out. I just want these 2. But if you got them, congratulations. And tomorrow, the 2x for Sacred Shards, my big 2 pools. I'll surely get 3 by tomorrow. I'll get at least 3 more Clan Boss chests. I should get at least 3, maybe 4, I hope. Fingers crossed. And I believe, no, I think I got it yesterday. Yeah, I think I got one yesterday. But I might be getting close to my quest, which is something I need to do before it resets, because I just got off work. Guys, enjoy your Brogni. Good luck on the 2x tomorrow. If you didn't get him, I hope that you get him, or anybody cool. Anytime you pull a legendary, it's amazing. Best chance is during the Sacred Shard 2x event. The pity system is very easy to get to. It's like 12 shards it starts going or something. So I know I'm due for a legendary, so even these 2 shards might get me one. I hope you get one. Enjoy your Brogni, and until next time, enjoy the grind.